investigator. Every week, I should let you talk so people know that I'm not just rambling to myself in this room.
Kid was here, but unfortunately he stepped out of line earlier today and I had to kill him before the podcast started, so I guess I'll be talking at length, not stopping, without interruption for the rest of this podcast.
And we won't be investigating that.
No one will be investigating his death. Have you been drinking holy water?
Or unholy water?
But no, that's an actual question.
Huh?
You've drunk holy water?
Yeah.
You know that's not for drinking, right? That's for blessing things to make them holy and sacred.
Bless my little demon stomach.
I think it's like pretty dangerous. I think that stuff's borderline rubbing alcohol.
Do you know where the devil lives? In your heart.
Maybe in yours.
Every week on this podcast, we investigate a brand new paranormal case, beast, tale, and come to a conclusion as to whether or not it is true or false. This week, we have an email submission from one of our listeners called Speak of the Devil or the Angel. His name's Dustin Priest.
Oh, shit.
Your Holiness, it is our pleasure to be able to tackle your suggestion this week on the podcast. Let's just dive right in.
Please.
Well, we've investigated paranormal locations before on the show, Kit. The ghost of Bluebell Hill, the Bermuda Triangle, the road where that pair of ghost hands used to happy slap people or just choke them to death. But what if I said, Kit, that I know of a place that was worse than all of them combined? Wow. Welcome to Riverdale, Colorado.
Holy shit, we're back in Colorado.
Exactly.
Wasn't that long ago we went to the Denver airport, I seem to remember.
This is a paranormal place.
Jesus.
Because now we're going to a little place known as the Gates of Hell.
Holy shite.
These are a set of old iron gates that you can find that lead you up the path towards a decrepit, burnt mansion.
Whoa.
Who built the mansion? Why did it burn down? Let's #investigate. The mansion was built. We're getting straight into it.
This is going to be a very short show, actually.
It's mostly answering those two questions and then conclusions. The legend states that a long time ago, a wealthy man named David Walpert moved into the town following the gold rush. It wasn't long before he decided to settle down with his wife and 2 kids. All good so far.
Seems very wholesome.
Chasing gold,
Nothing more wholesome than
average
that,
Joe. Find a wife, have some kids.
It really brings in new meanings in terms of gold digging women. Like,
Right.
Everyone was a gold digger back then.
Literally gold diggers. They were all gold diggers, yeah. And he probably went there for the gold, and then as soon as he settled down, he was like, turns out the gold I was searching for my whole life was a loving family. Now get back to digging, you little shits! Turns out this whole time I just wanted a couple kids in my own. Dig for more f***ing gold! Because gold is the most important thing! Now you little shits can get into tiny cracks that Papa can't get in. So to I guess, harvest all these little miners and, build a shaft system to the gold, he decided to build their own mansion.
Oh,
He was also a handyman, I guess.
So he was obviously pretty good at finding gold, having bought or built a mansion.
Or he had so much free time because he was so bad at it that he had time to build a mansion.
You assume that the building a mansion costs a lot of money.
Yeah.
But actually, if you just have a lot of wood and a lot of time, anyone could do it.
And I think he's the kind of gold miner who's a bit like, you see those writers where it's like, I'm working on a screenplay. So what do you do? Tidy my room, put up some shelves, go for a walk.
Right.
It's like, you're not going to write a damn page? It's like, you don't even want to dig a hole?
Nah, I don't really like to force it.
I feel like if it's meant to be, the gold will come to me. Terrible, terrible logic. So he builds the mansion, and he's got these 2 strong iron gates at the front that led up to the front doors. Now, also, among the grounds, he's got big fields around so the kids can play, and also family chicken coops.
Cute.
For eggs,
Nice.
meat. So they lived there, happily, for a while. Before, after long, the husband started acting strange, appearing distant, talking about voices in his head.
Oh boy.
He would go down to the chicken coop for hours and hours on end, with no explanation as to why.
They understand me, Margaret. Not like you do.
They lust for gold, just like I.
You and the kids barely even care about gold.
Then one night, while his family were asleep, he walked outside and set the entire mansion on fire, burning his whole family alive. The fire spread across the property, burning the fields, burning the house down. But after the blaze died down, people realized that the chicken coop was basically untouched. What? And David disappeared into the night, never to be
Into
seen
the
again.
chicken coop. Asleep for
And
several
David
hours.
took flight in a Santa-esque sleigh led by chickens, screaming about gold on the moon. Kids are looking up at the night sky and they're like, Dad, is that Santa? Absolutely not.
Go back inside, Junior. Much like a werewolf, the only thing that can take him out is a silver bullet because he hates silver.
Now, years later in 1994, Colorado local Charlie Perez and a gang of his friends were messing around with knives. And they thought, hey, you ever hear the story of that guy who went crazy and killed his family?
It's Colorado accent.
I don't know what a Colorado accent is.
I feel like the colder it is, the more Canadian you get.
More Canadian? I'm not very good at Canadian accent either. Oh, we'll give it a shot. Yeah, I heard he would spend all day talking to demons in his chicken coop, eh? One thing led to another, and the guys decided they should go check out what was left on the site. You know, they're
Right.
young teenagers. They're egging each other on, daring each other
Totally.
to things like teenagers do. Drink this,
Yeah.
steal this, shoot all. Anything like that. Shoot all that.
Yeah, it's like a teenage initiation. You want to show off to your bros
Right.
what a badass you are. You know, like, what do you say? We like, TP the school principal's house.
Yeah.
Or like, why don't you like rob this? Shit like that.
Like, and then beg him on the way out.
Exactly. Yeah.
Like, I dare you to burn off your fingerprints, bro, so we don't get ID'd for this. I dare you to be the getaway driver in my next op. I dare you to put this sack on your head, dude. I bet you don't have the balls. They walk into the bank and they're like, everyone, I dare you to get on your hands and goddamn knees. Like a 12.
I like the combination of really childish, but also really threatening. It's like,
Yeah, Jimmy, if you want to hang out at this arcade, you gotta prove yourself. You gotta kill. You gotta kill whoever we say you gotta kill.
So they go to the site. They go to the site to check it out. They drive down Riverdale Road to the gates of hell and walk towards the remains of the mansion. It was charred, black, a skeleton of what it used to be. A few dares were tossed around here and there, but no one wanted to go inside. That shit is too scary.
yeah.
Instead, they decide to head to the old chicken coops, which they discovered had a strange architectural design. There were 5 large round buildings all connected by some sort of dark tunnel system.
I mean, this already. Chicken coop should just be a small wooden shack.
Shack. Yeah,
Yeah,
you don't
but
need-
chicken wire on it. 5 buildings is already far too much.
And then once you get into tunnels,
1 building is too much.
yeah, I think you're probably right here.
The dog house was slightly disproportionate. It had a functioning helicopter pad.
And each building had a cement pylon in the center, sort of like a pedestal. Charlie said as soon as they entered, they noticed what looked like demonic writing sprawled all over the walls.
Whoa.
As they approached the center of the room, they noticed a pile of something resting on the cement pylon. They were chickens, piles of dead chickens, all with their heads cut off. Charlie and his friends left immediately. They would often return to the coop to investigate and see if anything else had changed. Charlie said, often we found headless animals, mostly birds lying on the concrete pylons in the center of the building. It always felt spooky then.
Yeah, to say the least.
What is going on at this property, kid?
It's a great question.
Are there demons? Were there demons talking to the dad via the chickens? I don't want to
Jumping
lead
right
you.
into
I don't want to
it, yeah.
lead you in any direct path, but let's just jump down the first one: the chicken demons.
I mean, I would like to know what was Rawl And the chicken coop, was it like chickens will inherit the earth, humans are pieces of shit, you know, was it that kind of thing?
It was generic enough to be referred to as quote-unquote demonic graffiti.
Right.
Which,
okay.
like, depending how posh these guys are, could have just been like an anarchy A, or like down with the police, you know. They're like,
Right.
there was demonic writing on the walls.
Yeah, these kids might
I
have been
saw
very
human
sheltered.
genitalia. You know, that could be their demonic graffiti for all I know.
These might have been sheltered kids.
Exactly.
Very
I
true.
guess if they're not freaked out by the decapitated chicken bodies, it's probably pretty bad graffiti.
On the one hand, this man's behavior, he is kind of exhibiting demonic possession behavior. Behaving totally out of the ordinary. His family did not recognize his behavior. He became distant as if he wasn't himself anymore. And then he carried out this brutal and random attack on his own family and home. So definitely possession qualities going on there. But then if it was the chickens that told him to do it, why did he cut off all their heads?
Maybe he he burned the chickens were like, kill your family. Burn them down. And, you know, then
You have to stop stuttering. I don't know what you're saying.
I can't stop. I should have transformed into a goat. Yeah, he's like, any animal would have been better. Why not the goat? It's got horns.
What we do know is that there has been some historical precedence for animals being possessed by demons. I don't know if you remember the biblical story where doesn't Jesus like drive out a demon from a man, and the demon possesses pigs on a hill, and then the pigs run into a lake and drown themselves?
Wow.
Yeah. That's in the Bible, so it's 100% confirmed historical fact.
Fact.
And that does echo what we're seeing here, which is that the animals became possessed. We know that is possible. And
Yeah.
then, in fact, those demons then killed their host, the pigs.
Right. So in this case, maybe they pecked each other's heads off.
Or they just, you know, they told this guy to chop their heads off.
Oh, right. So they just wanted to. Anything's on the cards here, people. We're early in this story.
Yeah.
Anything is possible. Now, the interesting thing about this story is that David, this madman who burnt his family alive, wasn't the only paranormal case surrounding the Riverdale Road in Colorado.
Whoa.
This road has been well known for many different paranormal hauntings. It is a goddamn demon's playground.
Strong word.
And a demon's playground is not a fun playground to be in.
No. It doesn't mean it's just going to be swings and slides.
No.
Quite the opposite.
There will be what it's like, you know, when you go down a slide that's been in like the hot sun all day.
Ooh.
So you jump on it.
It's like a slide.
And it's burning your little kitty ass as you're flying down this lava slide. The swings are probably only, you know, they're really rusty, so they're creaking
like
as they go.
They're those like really like young kid ones, so they've got the holes in them, but the holes are so tiny that your legs get stuck and you can't get out.
There is so much stuff going on this road. Let's start off with the coolest one first.
Please.
The entity known as the Phantom Camaro.
A Camaro.
Yeah,
Holy shit.
yeah.
So previously in the podcast, we've had various different types of phantoms. We've had phantom humans who've died, children who've died, become poltergeists. We've had phantom bloody kangaroos. Now we actually have a phantom automobile, much in the style of Brum.
That demon ass.
That's another story for another day.
Yeah. You ever heard of Chitty Chitty Bang Bang? That thing was legit a demonic vehicle. I swear to God. Like, that movie was messed up. Remember that freaking child napper?
No.
The kitty
Wait,
grabber?
I do. I blocked that out of my memory. As
Oh
a child.
God, he got me! It all comes back to you at once, like.
Flashback to me in Victorian England. The chimney sweep running about the streets.
Yeah, that little freak went around with that net, remember, catching kids.
So this is worse somehow than that.
Yeah, this is Demon Fang Fang. a car on the next level of the demonic branch.
Chitty Chitty Bang Bang is pretty goddamn terrifying.
Yeah.
But he only had 40 or 50 horsepower. This thing can go 0 to 60 in 1.9 seconds, people. There's
The
no
engine does not
outrunning this.
overheat, it runs on flames.
It runs on the cries of the innocent. So the more you scream, the faster it goes.
The horn is like the wails of the punished, just like.
Really, really quiet.
It's really ineffective, actually. If you're trying to get someone, to, you're stuck in a traffic jam, you're a demon on the 101. It's a goddamn green light. Move, asshole. What the hell was that?
Everyone gets out of the way immediately.
I also love that you have like the car from hell, but you still have to like take the freeway.
You'll have to commute somewhere.
So the Phantom Camaro, one of the reasons this road is held in such a spooky light is because the road has so many sharp corners that many drivers have been racing down the road only to flip off the track and die in a horrible car crash.
Yeah, we're talking, Danny from Greece style drivers. Guys that are barely paying attention. They're that cool.
He's driving in the car. He's not even looking on the road. He's looking in his rearview mirror. Styling his hair.
Yeah.
But he's somehow kind of like splitting his eyes, so his focus is like on his hair.
Not cool, but weird. Yeah.
Very demonic, actually. His hair, and then his like cheerleader girlfriend in the back
Obviously.
seat.
Danny, can you slow down? This is really dangerous.
Shut the f up, babe! I'm driving the car.
Danny, your feet are on the dashboard. What's pressing the pedals?
I put a fucking brick on the pedals. I just hope we don't hit a corner.
As soon as he hit the first turn, his vehicle was thrown off the road, wrapping itself around a tree. He died instantly.
Right.
And now, drivers have claimed that while their car is parked on Riverdale Road, another car will pull up alongside them. A Camaro with only one working headlight. If you see the car, it will honk the horn and rev the engine, trying to bait the drivers into racing. But anyone who has raced with a Phantom Camaro has been killed in a horrific car accident.
How do we know this happened if they die?
The cars who were in the accident crashed at the exact same corner where the Phantom Camaro
Also,
is seen.
maybe these daredevil drivers, they're on the phone to their cheerleader girlfriend. Yeah, I was gonna be there in 5, babe, but some hotshot down here wants to race me, so I guess I'll be a few minutes late.
It's just like the same dude racing another dude in a Camaro.
This guy thinks he's better than me because he's got one more headlight than I do, and he's got a 97 Camaro instead of a 95 Camaro. I gotta beat his ass.
I don't even know how he has the 96 Camaro, because they decommissioned it after that asshole smashed into a tree.
The thing was goddamn beautiful, pristine. I don't know how he kept it in such beautiful stock condition throughout all these years.
Also, how it is moving without the wheels rotating.
It seems to be levitating. I didn't know they did that back then.
Very cool. Shouldn't have decommissioned that. well, they say it tries to bait drivers into racing with it. So
Right.
presumably there's a bunch of drivers who are parked on the road and they see the Phantom Camaro and they're like, oh my god, it's a Camaro. Like, don't get baited into racing with it. Let it just move. There is so much paranormal stuff going down on this road. I can't go through it all with the level of detail that I went through the Phantom Camaro.
Understandable.
We're gonna have to blast through a couple of these battles. Alright, so let's do a little reenactment. I'm gonna set the scene. Alright, imagine you heard it's pretty spooky on the road, on Riverdale Road. You decide to take a car.
Yeah, I believe he goes. Yeah, so, it's a fun story. Yeah, we'll see what happens.
Oh, I'll take a car. That way I'll be safe. You know? Halfway down the road, you're driving down the road. You see a hitchhiker on the corner, just like waving out to you.
No way, Jose. No way.
Well, give him a second.
This
huh?
thing's on hire purchase. Leather is brand new. No one's getting in here, especially not a stinky, dirty hiker.
What if it was like an old woman? Are you gonna turn down an old woman?
Hello, sir. Would you like to try
Don't trust the accent. No way. Is she hurt? Is she limping?
She's very limping. She's got 2 canes.
She's got 2 canes. She'll survive.
No.
How do I know that one of those canes isn't a James Bond style blade hidden inside a cave.
She's got a Zimmer frame, an old Zimmer frame. She's like, oh, please, I'll die, sir. Are you gonna turn her down, you son of a
Apparently
bitch?
has a lot of time.
What if that was my girl? What if that was greatness powers on the side of the road? Huh?
Greatness of powers when you talk goddamn ears off and you're wearing something.
Sometimes they get too far.
I've never met her.
That's my great mother you're talking about.
What?
My great mother. She's not grand. She's great. That's my good mother you're talking about, you son of a bitch.
No, wrong way.
So you pull over to put them in the car.
Yeah.
You open the door and you're like, oh, I'm sorry, ma'am. Is everything over? Boom! They're gone. They were a ghost the whole time. So you're freaking out, all right? F the car. You gotta run. Cars aren't good on this street. This is a ghost town.
Yeah.
So you start bolting. You're running down the street now. Panicking in the night. Ah! What the f was that? Was that a bat?
Probably a bird. Whatever.
Who knows?
It's a big ass forest.
All of a sudden, you hear heartbeats in your head.
Oh God.
Beating.
Not again.
Beating. You smell toast.
I shouldn't have had that double cheeseburger at that truck stop.
You turn around to see the spirit of the Riverdale jogger bolting towards you.
What?
A jogger who died on the road years ago. There are ghosts on every corner of this street.
So anything that dies on this road is doomed to return to the material world as a ghost or apparition.
I guess.
There's phantom bugs crawling down the street. There's phantom bats flying through the forest.
You know, a regular bat is scary enough. They don't need to be ghost bats.
There's ghost tumbleweeds.
Yeah.
Ghost bits of trash that people have thrown out of their car.
So you panic seeing this ghost jogger running towards you. So you're like, well, I'll run him. I'll just run even faster than this asshole. So you start bolting down the street. But the next thing you know, you weren't paying attention. You're lost. You don't know where the hell you are.
This is probably... I mean, Colorado's a massive place. You could be anywhere.
So you look up at the street signs to try and find out where you are. Uh-oh, you're covered in blood. That's right. The demon boy of Riverdale leaves bloody handprints all over the street signs of the road. There's more on top of this. Now you're lost, scared, and you've probably pissed yourself. But you can hear a friendly squeaking behind you.
Oh, fantastic. At least some sort of red-tailed squirrel that can comfort me in my time of need.
Exactly. You turn around, you see the little squirrel. And you're like, oh my God, thank God it's squirrel. Oh, do squirrels always have these little demon eyes?
Oh.
It's actually the shape-shifting spirits of the Native American ghosts that haunt the road.
Oh my Christ.
There are ghosts pouring out the wazoo of this road.
This is insane. It seems so improbable that so much of the country seems to have absolutely no ghosts, but yet Riverdale Road has absolutely overflowing number of ghosts.
Could this possibly be something to do linked to the destruction of the mansion? The demonic voices heard at the chicken coop? What if all these spirits are remaining on this world because they refuse to enter the gates of hell?
Maybe, yeah, just in the same way that some sort of natural disaster like an earthquake can set off a chain reaction of other natural events. Tsunamis and busted nuclear reactors, and it causes this total disaster just caused by one small thing. And maybe that the demon possession of this house and subsequent burning down at the gates of hell has set off a chain reaction that cracked open the ground itself and demons poured out of hell.
And now they're just doomed to walk this demonic ass rainbow road where cars are just flying off the edges, turtles and bananas just being thrown in every direction.
Blue shell after blue shell. You can't drive 10 yards without a goddamn blue shell.
Not a star in sight. So that concludes our investigation into this road, Riverdale Road in Colorado, aka the gates of hell. What are your thoughts, Kate?
Jesus, this is incredibly overwhelming. Sort of roller coaster ride of paranormal happenings. Like I said, I think one of the difficulties to overcome with this investigation is to try and explain why there's such a proliferation of paranormal activity in this one spot? Why is it centered on the road? What could the reasons be? As you mentioned, it could be connected back to the mansion itself. It seems like one of the more sinister happenings in this also the one that we have as historical record.
Right.
As you say, painted it as something dark with
Chickens are dead.
I do wonder, you mentioned the Native American spirits, shape-shifting spirits that haunt the road. I know that is something that sometimes comes up in paranormal stories, that Native Americans were kind of concerned with land, sacred lands, and that lands had meaning, and that the land reflected all the people who had gone before it. Right. Could it be that this particular area, it happens to be a road today, but maybe long ago it was maybe the site of some horrible battle and many thousands of people died or something?
It's like, if you build a McDonald's on an Indian graveyard,
Right.
you are gonna have some haunted ass burgers.
Yeah, you're doomed to bad tasting Big Macs all day long.
At night, Ronald McDonald will come to life and just run around the store, like ransacking all the cash machines and stuff. There is hot chips flying into people's faces.
Stealing from the cash register, like, we know you're not dead yet, so this isn't part of it.
Also, why are you teaming up with a Hamburglar? Aren't you supposed to be enemies? Also, he doesn't seem to want the burgers. He's going for the cash registers as well.
Burglar beats you in the shin with a crowbar.
Oh, God! What was that little purple one called again? It's like Ronald McDonald, the Hamburglar, and then some little madman called like Grimpert, Robert or something. Grimace. Holy shit. It's imagine, like, Ronald McDonald is holding your arms back. The Hamburglar is punching you. Grimace is like, wanna know how I got these scars?
Hamburglar is just like at the start of the Predator movie, just like taking fistfuls of cocaine and stuffing them into his face and screaming.
Get ready for an unhappy meal.
I don't want to freak you out right now, but the Hamburglar's initial name before it was changed was the Lone Jogger.
What? You're taking the piss.
I'm not. Oh my god. Holy shit. He had a menacing black mask and cape, but McDonald's decided to soften his personality for children. Took off the mask and called him the Hamburglar instead.
Got rid of the gun as well.
There's a whole lot of this may not make.
Can we rifle through some?
Oh, I would love to. Yeah. So, I've got a course Ronald McDonald. Pretty terrifying. Hair.
Yeah.
There's actually Officer Big Mac.
Alright, people, listening at home. They were very lazy in the creation of this one. Because there's a little creativity behind, like, Ronald the Clown, Grimace, this blobby character, the Hamburglar. This is a fucking hamburger with a hat on. It's just a policeman with the head of a giant hamburger.
Moving on to Captain Hook, aka the Captain, right? Based on Captain Hook. So apparently he's a seafaring villain obsessed with stealing filet fish sandwiches. Oh, right, because it's seafood and he's a seafarer.
He's just a pirate, really.
Okay. So there's a lot of theft baked into the lore of McDonald's. So here's Grimace, just like you remember him.
A big purple blob. I don't really remember what he was.
He really didn't change at all.
No.
Apparently he's an adversary of Ronald McDonald. We've got Hamburglar, of course. We've got the Professor.
I can see why these guys didn't stick around. That's insane. Which side is he on?
Originally known as the Mad Professor.
They really introduced these characters and then immediately had to tone them down.
Apparently, introducing the early 70s, zany, high-pitched, excitable academic tone like his latest device, usually some sort of technological device to preserve the well-being of the good citizens of McDonald land. Oh, we also got Mayor McCheese.
They've given up.
Not one.
No, you know it. cheeseburger specifically.
the next chapter of the page is called The Lawsuits.
I assume it's introducing every character again and the many, many lawsuits that followed.
The first line of this paragraph is, "It didn't take long for McDonaldland to come under attack."
Wait, is this the lore or in
I
terms
think
of lawsuit?
These are real world lawsuits.
Oh, so it's not like Mayor McCheese was accepting bribes from the McMafia. Well, look, we got something out of that. We found out that the hamburger was originally called the Lone Jogger. The same name as the Lone Jogger of Riverdale Road.
I didn't know that joggers just characters. Here we are.
So there's a lot of possibilities as to why this place could be haunted. Indian burial grounds, the gates of hell, demons stalking the field. It's an interesting story. It's kind of similar to the look at Startup Ranch.
Right.
We're looking at one location that has so much paranormal stuff going on that it's something to do with the place itself rather than just one activity.
Yeah.
Unfortunately, that makes it very hard to nail down evidence, testimonies, really anything. But I'm going to throw it to you first, Kate. You know, you've heard a lot about Riverdale Road and these legends that I told you about. Where's your mind?
I think with this case, we have kind of, rather than a pinpointed, detailed story about one paranormal incident, as we're discussing, we've got a kind of shotgun blast of kind of vague paranormal stories. And I think if we have concrete evidence of at least one of these, this is kind of like building a case of prosecution. Sometimes a criminal's done a lot of things.
Yeah.
But they're like, listen, forget about some of those bigger cases. If we can just nail him on one offense, then he'll go down for like a long enough time.
And that's what you should do. It's like the hamburger. It's so much bad stuff, the murders, the thefts. Yeah. But they were like, look, we know he stole the hamburger.
He stole hamburger day.
Let's just get him with the hamburger thing. And we got him for all of it. Now he's known at it.
Like, we're never going to get him on the money laundering, the larceny, all of those things.
Yeah, they don't call him the murder burger. I mean, they should, because he did actually.
Absolutely,
he did a lot more killing than he took a burger one time.
Yeah,
but it was just on CCTV.
Right.
He was actually shanking the cashier at the time, but it was slightly out of frame.
Yeah,
so they couldn't get him on that, but they got him on the burger.
In McDonaldland, it was very much an O.J. Simpson kind of very public case. Yeah, everyone knows he did all those awful things, but they had to put him away on the burger.
They thought they could get away with it because they found a glove at the scene, and they were like, if the glove doesn't fit, you must acquit. Glove was massive. Dude's got giant hands. It's like 3 times the size of a human hand. It fit perfectly.
There was no one else in McDonaldland that could have possibly. Because it's a cartoon universe, no one has even a change of clothes. Everyone wears the same thing every day.
Everyone had their gloves. He was the only one without a glove. Yeah, like Mickey Mouse. You're never gonna frame me, huh? No Prince Chief. Bring you down.
No chance, you prick.
You're gonna tell me, Chief? You're gonna be a rat? You are a mouse. You are literally a mouse.
Who's most likely to squeal in the Disney universe?
The pig, right?
You think? What's his name?
The one that goes, that's all, folks. They think he's gonna squeal. You see anything? No, I didn't see a thing.
I spent months pulling him in.
It was Piglet.
I think Piglet.
Oh yeah.
Piglet's a little bitch. Winnie is an OG. Winnie would never squeal.
Porky Pig.
Porky Pig.
He's squealing. You don't even have to come to him. He comes in to confess.
Yeah, he's inside the untouchable criminal empire. Yeah. Whenever you're watching the movie, you're like, are they ever going to touch him? They've covered every track. They've got everyone paid off. Yeah. But Porky Pig, he can't stand the pressure. He's the one guy who can't stand it.
Exactly. He's like, I saw Mickey in the car park at 3 a.m., Chief.
Even the policemen are looking down on him. They're like, you broke the law of the street.
They're like, you pig.
You really are a pig.
You broke the law of the street. Why would, when a criminal comes in to confess, like, I know who did the murder, get out. Get out. You broke the goddamn law of the street walking in here.
You know that Mickey's got men on the inside, men in the NYPD, boys in blue.
Exactly.
They're all mice as well. They're only mice in the uniform.
They all got giant white gloves. They're like, some of them